Thank you, David. You always need someone to lead the applause on. All right, well, you know, here's the 2012 Impreza 4-door and 5-door. The first thing you can see, I think is very clear, is that the cars are much tighter. There's much more presence to them than the outgoing model. The outgoing model was certainly a step up in terms of styling from the previous car. There's some criticism that it didn't have enough character in it. It didn't have enough presence on the road. Well, if you look at both of these cars, you can see that's immediately gone away. The first thing you see when you look at the 4-door is a very strong resemblance to Legacy. I think you can see that straight away. That was deliberate. We deliberately wanted to make a family look to our vehicle, so when you see them on the road, you know you're looking at a Subaru first, and then a model level next. And that should help you in your sales, because if people understand what Legacy is, well, it's much easier then for them now to understand what Impreza is, because they have a similarity, a familiar look, a family look. I'll wait for the car to get all the way around because it started putting it on moving the turntable around again. But you can see as the car moves around, there's a lot more character in the car now. There's great strong character lines, certainly on the vehicle sides, that emphasize the strength of the car. This car, by the way, will be an IHS top safety pick, we believe, so we're very pleased about that. But you can see from the front of the car, the first thing you notice, we made the badge bigger. I thought that was an important point. But we've made the front of the car, if we can stop the turntable as it comes to the front, we've made the front of the car a lot more purposeful, a lot stronger than the outgoing model. You can see we have what we call Hawkeye lights, Hawkeye headlights now. And the car seems to have a little bit of a meaner face and a stronger jaw, which is very important as you see the car come in your rear view mirror. The other thing we've done that's pretty obvious on the outside of the car is we've moved the mirrors. And you think, why did we move the mirrors? Why did we put them on the sides of the doors? Well, that's a really important feature for us, certainly in terms of safety that we can sell to customers. We've moved the mirrors forward for two reasons. It gives us a lot more space, and I'm going to step over here. It gives your customer a lot more space to see forwards in the vehicle. All of this area that used to be blocked off is now visible, so you've increased your viewing area by some significant amount looking forwards. The other reason we did that, the other reason we put the door mirrors on the doors, is because the angle of the windscreen has become a lot more raked in this vehicle. And the reason we've done that is to give more interior space in the car. So this is quite an interesting car. It's 20% bigger on the inside and it's no bigger on the outside. You wonder how we've managed that. It's really just clever packaging. We've moved the cabin just a little bit further forward. Gives a lot more room on the interior. We've made the wheelbase an inch longer, so the wheelbase is an inch longer than the current car, but most importantly, the rear seats have 2 inches more legroom. And on top of that, the rear of the car is bigger too. I think in terms of numbers, the trunk volume in Impreza is actually bigger than Legacy now. Can we roll it round to get to the back of the car? So this is kind of a packaging miracle when you look at it. On the inside, of course, we now have a 2-litre engine, 148 horsepower engine. That engine in a different form was debuted in Europe last year in Forester. Been very well received. It's a great engine, it's all new. And it's combined with a CVT. It's a new CVT, it's not the CVT you find in Legacy. It's a smaller, lighter unit that's specifically made for Impreza. Can't go in Forester yet because you need a whole new underneath to hold the CVT in place. We'll stop the car just here. Can we get the trunk open? See if I can open it. So the CVT combined with the 2-litre engine now gives 36 miles per gallon on highway, 31 around town. It's really impressive. I mean, there were guys upstairs screaming, I think the new Civic screaming at 39 miles per gallon. No all-wheel drive. You know, no boxer engine. We can do all of that. And I think we can compete very strongly. You see the size of the rear of this truck. It's pretty impressive. One of the things the engineers showed us, I'll probably show you better on 5-door, is the way they've packaged the rear for better access. But you can see already it's our cars, as you know, are very practical. The sides are very square. I've got big humps in the trunk from the suspension. It's a flat load. It's a lot more accessible. Alright, anything else on the four-door? I'm not the guy to ask about wheel and trim combinations and colours, so I'm sure that the girls understand can tell you they're better than I can. Let's have a look at the five-door. Now, personally, I think the five-door's undergone more of a transformation even than the four-door. To me, it looks like a whole new vehicle. And it certainly looks longer than the previous car. It isn't. That's a trick of the light. And also, we've made the car a little bit lower, so the proportions are a little bit better. And we'll stop the car when it comes around to the rear. So I want to show you the rear of it. The hatch on this car is particularly impressive, kind of like Forester, in the way that Forester can swallow a whole load. This car can do the same thing. You see, now I should know my product. Where's the flip switch? There isn't one. It's a five-door. See, that's how you learn these things. The impressive thing about this cargo bay is how flat the bay is. It's a completely flat load, but the engineers did something really clever too. They added in these little hooks. So you can do two things. I'm not going to take it out and do it now, but you can hide this thing for the first time, I think, for a while, under here. So it means that you haven't got to go and put your tonneau cover in the garage every time you need to drop your seats down. You can store it away. It's a great feature. And they also do little things like they add these hooks in, where you can put them around here. So then you get easy sliding. So you get easy sliding for heavy objects when you want. When you want it to be nice and flat, you just unhook it, and down it goes. It's a terrific feature, I think. In terms of crash safety, I think I told you, IHS top safety pick we expect. We expect 5-star from NHTSA. You know, our guys don't engineer our cars without safety in them. This car comes with a reinforced ring safety system that all of our Subarus come with. And that's probably about it in terms of a walk around. Dave, did I miss anything? Is there anything you'd like me to talk about? Maybe I'll ask a couple of questions if there are any, and then you can come